from the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel. This is a winter weather alert.
All right, it's 9 o'clock. I'm Fred Gossage here in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center with our hourly update on the winter storm situation ongoing across the area late this evening. Still have our winter storm warning in place for all of the viewing area here in pink that goes through tonight, through all of Monday. It expires at 6 a.m. on Tuesday morning. Like we've been sending the message here repeatedly, it's for significant accumulations of snow, sleet, and freezing rain, depending on where you are, and widespread hazardous travel from those things tonight, tomorrow, and that travel may last a couple days, those travel conditions. We'll take a look at live Viper radar here. Current conditions, and don't pay attention to the exact specific spot of where it shows either a mix or snow. It's still been sleet and freezing rain back into the Muscle Shoals area down through Russell. Occasionally snow mixing in, but most of the snow so far has been from northern areas of Limestone County back through more and more of Lauderdale County switching over to snow. We actually a little while ago got a confirmation of over an inch of snow now in the Cloverdale area in west central Lauderdale County. We also saw a report a little bit earlier, almost an hour ago, getting very close to an inch of snow up in the Deerfield area of Lawrence County, Tennessee. That was about an hour ago, and it's still been continuously snowing since then. Over 2 inches of snow confirmed near Corinth, Mississippi, and we continue to see this heavy precipitation band training across the area. We'll put on the radar loop here, and this is specifically the Columbus Air Force Base NexRad radar. The blues here, the heavier precipitation. Again, near and south of the Tennessee River, it hasn't been as much snow as it has been sleet and freezing rain, but a lot of this from Alcorn County through the northern half of Tishomingo County, including more and more of Lauderdale County back up through Tennessee, has been snow with widespread hazardous travel, and that will continue through the next several hours. And this is only the first of really what will be 2 waves of a winter storm across the area. This is our evening band setting up, training across the area from Holly Springs and Oxford, Mississippi, through Iuka, through the shoals up in the southern middle Tennessee, and then a powdery snow that's been accumulating north of that all the way well up into the Nashville area with snow accumulations up there. Near and south of the Tennessee River, it's mainly been sleet and freezing rain, although some snow has been mixing in, and that's been causing icy and hazardous travel for much of northwest Alabama as well. And then you look back off into Arkansas, and still, that's actually still redeveloping and growing more and more intense on the last few frames south of Little Rock there. So we have a while to go. We actually have about another 20, 21, 22 hours to go on this winter storm before things start to ramp down and move out of the area into the Monday evening hours. So we have a long, long way to go here with sleet snow accumulation. This is a live look. Last we checked, Brett Adair was in Florence, Alabama. You see snow falling here, accumulating on the grass and the roads. And more of Lauderdale County is switching over from a sleet ice mix now to more in the way of snow. So we will start to see this continue to increase in accumulation as we go through the overnight hours. We'll take a look at the Arctic Air Skycam network starting in Lawrenceburg here on the north side of town in front of Walmart. You see the hazy white look with snow falling. Snow covering the area here, including the main roadways. There's still a little bit of traffic out there, not nearly as much as earlier, and it's really slow moving. 21 still, the temperature dew point is 18 degrees. We'll slide down to the Shoals and check out Florence at the Harbor Marina along the Tennessee River, and you do see the snow accumulation there on the docks. 23 with a dew point of 21. And it looks like some sleet or snow falling there on the south side of downtown Florence. Just north of there, it has been more in the way of snow here recently. Light snow, but a powdery snow that accumulates easier, and you can see it getting thicker on the ground here in front of the Murray County 911 Center in Columbia. 21 is the temperature there, dew point of 19. We'll continue the Skycam tour and slide over to Waynesboro, where snow was still falling locally heavy at times. 20 degrees is the temperature with a dew point of 17. You can see it covering the ground, and it has been getting thicker here in the Waynesboro area as well. We'll slide over to Savannah, where it's really been getting thicker on the Hardin County 911 cam here on the west side of town. This is looking back across the Tennessee River. You see the 64 highway bridge there. McNairy County on the other side of the bridge. Thick snow cover here, still coming down heavily. 21 degrees is both the temperature and the dew point, so they've kind of locked in for the night there in Savannah on the west side of Hardin County. We'll jump down to Iuka, where snow is getting thicker here, coming down heavier. 21 degrees temperature and dew point of 19. Temperatures area wide now falling into the upper teens and lower 20s here, near and northwest of the Natchez Trace Parkway. Near and south of that, we're now mid to upper 20s, but temperatures are continuing to drop as the lowest 5,000 feet of the atmosphere continues to cool as the snow falls across the area and the wintry mix continues south of there. So we'll continue to see the numbers drop through the overnight. I think a large part of southern middle Tennessee will gradually seep into the upper teens and then lower 20s down into the Shoals area, low to mid 20s farther south over northwest Alabama. This is what's so concerning about everything. Road temperatures, the pavement temperature, not the air temperature, continues to drop across a large part of northwest Alabama, North Mississippi, up into all of southern middle Tennessee. Pavement temperatures, road temperatures now into the low to mid 20s, and they're now getting below freezing here over through Moulton and Decatur, and that line will continue to sag southeast through the night. So this will continue to set up widespread hazardous travel conditions as we head through the overnight. You can see this first snow band setting up for North Mississippi. Some of this has been sleet here closer to Highway 278, but our first heavy snow band setting up a little farther south than what a lot of the high resolution models had it. Our high-resolution Barron Futurecast was closer on the placement to this thing, running from Lawrenceburg down to the Shoals, back into Savannah, North Mississippi, back to about Holly Springs and Oxford. That continues to train over the area, but another upper-level disturbance comes through tomorrow, and that may be when the heaviest snowfall rates set up across northwest Alabama and middle Tennessee. Our latest thinking with snowfall totals, and we'll continue to assess the evening model data over the next couple of hours. Also look at how much snow we've already gotten and see if we need to adjust any of this. But for right now, a large part of southern middle Tennessee into north central areas of Lauderdale County, northwestern Colbert County, back into northern Tishomingo County, 4 to 6 inches of snow accumulation expected. And I do think there will be some higher totals in there in scattered spots down through the Shoals metro area back to Cherokee, toward the Tishomingo area up to Ardmore, then through Pulaski, the Lewisburg to Columbia area, 3 to 5 inches of snow here. And I can't rule out some isolated totals that are heavier than that. Some of the short range models that have been farther north through the day are now bringing 4+ inches of snow into downtown Florence. So it's very possible that there may be some isolated heavier totals down into the Shoals metro. South of that, snow numbers won't be zero, but they will cut off a good bit because so much sleet and freezing rain has already been mixing in and will continue to do so for our Monday. Here's the main concern area for sleet and freezing rain with some icy mix across the area from Ardmore in northern Limestone County. They're on the Tennessee-Alabama state line to about Florence, back to Cherokee, and southward across North Alabama in the southern half of Tishomingo County. That's the main area for a sleet freezing rain mix. A combination of the two gives us about 1/10 to 1/4 inch of ice accumulation, but we'll be watching these areas, especially Franklin County, Alabama, central southern Lawrence County, Alabama, over into the Decatur and Hartselle areas to see if we might need to bump up these accumulation numbers just a little bit. We'll be assessing that during the overnight hours here as we look at the data overnight. Here's the Futurecast breakdown showing the heavy snow that's set up from pretty much the Shoals northward through Tennessee. That continues to train through the area overnight. It's not showing the icy mix south of there that has been already ongoing, so keep that in mind. After midnight, toward 3-4 a.m., there may be a brief period where the snowfall intensity comes down just a little bit, but it will be continuing. Then toward daybreak, it comes back up again as the upper level system continues to approach the area. And as we go through the morning, midday into the afternoon, that's when I think our heaviest snowfall rates of all set up across northwest Alabama, back up into middle Tennessee. I can't rule out some convective snow during this period, but by 5, 6, 7 o'clock, things start pushing off to the east, lingering flurries into the evening, and then clearing skies overnight into early Tuesday morning allow temperatures to drop down into the single digits for morning lows by daybreak on our Tuesday, some frigid cold. So in that heavy snowband area, 4 to 6 inches of snow accumulation is expected. Localized totals in there, greater than that, though I do want to stress that. An icy mix of sleet, snow, freezing rain near and south of the Tennessee River. It's already been happening this evening. It will continue in through our Monday. Area-wide, because of all this wintry mix and heavy snow, significant travel issues are likely. And in the heavy snow area, maybe some isolated, short-lived type power outages. I don't expect big ice storm type power outages, but where a tree limb from heavy snow falls onto a power line, there may be some shorter-lived type power outages until those electrical crews can get out there. But they can do that during this type of weather because they do have the equipment to do so with their vehicles. So I don't expect long-term power outages out of this system, which is definitely good news with the Arctic air on the way. So for the rest of the night, where we've had heavy snow, that will continue. The snow line may start to sag a little farther south into Colbert County as well as we head through the overnight. Otherwise, icy mix of snow, sleet, freezing rain. Travel continues to go downhill steadily through the overnight. Heavy snow ramps up across the area Monday morning through the afternoon. Water already widespread travel issues will continue to get worse through the day. Snow tapers off through the evening and overnight, but those travel issues linger on through Tuesday and at least Wednesday. And for those back roads and hilly, shady terrain, maybe Thursday afternoon when temperatures get above freezing before you see any real improvement across your areas. So winter storm warning remains in effect for the entire area through tonight, through Monday, expiring at 6 a.m. Tuesday. We'll be here through the night to track the winter storm. We'll be here through Monday as well until things start to slack off across the area later in the day. We'll have updates at the top of the hour. However, we're getting into the overnight period now. We've noticed on all the traffic cams, there's very little traffic on the roads. Most everybody is home as they should be. Most of you are getting ready to go to bed. We will continue the hourly updates at the top of every hour, but so that we won't wake you up and blow up your phone overnight, we're going to shift those from being on a combination of the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel and social media. We're going to go to channel only. If you still want to watch the hourly updates overnight, feel free to do that. You can watch us on our Roku app, Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, YouTube, search for Tennessee Valley Weather. You can watch us on our free smartphone app. In your app store, search for Tennessee Valley Weather. Look for our shield logo there, either blue or red, depending on how the artwork is done. It's the same logo. Search for Tennessee Valley Weather. Download our app. It has a link to our streaming weather channel. We'll continue to have updates there overnight at the top of every hour. Continue that through the overnight. Then we'll start social media back again at the top of every hour beginning at 5 a.m. with new information going into Monday morning. I'm Fred Gossage, live from the Tennessee Valley Weather Center. Stay with Tennessee Valley Weather. We'll keep you advised.
You're watching the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel.